Hey people, what's happening? It is Saturday, March 25th. It's been a couple of days since I've been with you, and a fair amount of things to share with you. So let me see what I can get in on this video. I want to go ahead and start off the top with another sip of coffee. I just woke up. I'll explain. It's actually 11:30 on Saturday morning, but last night I was treated to a concert in Kansas City by the drummer of my band RAF. He bought me a ticket to see Brian Ferry for an early birthday present, and we went down yesterday. Wow, what a show! Much better than I expected, although I've seen Roxy music in the past. But as well as that, yesterday, I told you folks that I have been working on some projects, and one of the projects came in yesterday. So, I've been pushing my 2014 album Murphy to sell the last few vinyl copies, which I have. I think I have one copy left. I'll have to check. After these morning's orders, I think I have one copy left on vinyl. I might not. But I decided to myself, for a number of reasons, and one is this, I'm very honest. When Murphy was pressed, I was unpleased with the amount of surface noise on the record, and I brought it up to the pressing plant, Pirates Press, explained in detail my concern. They got back to me saying that noise that I heard was within their standards of acceptability, and that if I wanted anything done, I'd have to pay for a repressing, which I thought was bullshit. Okay. It's just my opinion, It's like, the record plays fine, but, I'm a little bit anal. So anyway, I always thought to myself it would be nice to make it available, although you can hear it digitally, obviously, with the download, but to make a physical copy of Murphy, which I did. I did. I had 50 of these manufactured. A limited edition number, not of compact disc, not CDRs, but full CDs. I had 50 made. I'm trying to show them to you. I got them in the box yesterday. But I got 50 copies. I've numbered them. Man, this record just sounds better with time for me. It was kind of a follow-up, or it was a continuation of what I was working on in Flyover. And this is just a really nice album. The back cover artwork is by a VC member, Jeff McLennan up in Canada. So I'm selling these for $10 a piece plus postage. Postage is going to be around $5 in the U.S. Unfortunately, for the rest of the world, I have to charge the same as I charge for the CD, $10 for postage. And I'd like to tell you folks that I've been operating at, a bit of a loss on the international orders, because I've been trying to keep the postage at a set rate, but every time I go in, I usually end up paying $2 to $3 out of my own pocket. Excuse me, for the postage, because I'll say international postage $10. I'll get to the post office, it's $12.75, $15. So I need to set the postage for international orders on the CD as the same price as the damn CD, which I think is a drag, But there it is. So that's the first thing I want to share with you, is that Murphy is now available on CD. These are all gone, but I did the same thing years ago when I made Derek 3. I did a limited edition of these. I think I made 100 of these. But these are all gone. So that's the first order. The first thing I want to share is that Murphy is now available. I'm not going to add it on Bandcamp. Order it from me on my blog site, and here is why. I'm telling you again. Bandcamp is a good platform, and it has been very helpful to me to disseminate my music. They take a percentage. And the thing is, to a degree, them taking a percentage is unnecessary. So I'm putting this up. The link to buy this is a direct link on my blog site. So I'm cutting out Bandcamp. Not cutting them out, but it's like I don't need to go through them, okay? Just buy it directly from me. That's the other thing. Folks that don't understand, when you buy from Bandcamp, you're still buying from me. They just take money out of my pocket. They just link you to my link. Bandcamp didn't do shit, okay? And so, well, what they did was, because of their platform, it allowed me to be visible to more people in a way that seems legitimate to people. So that I give credit. But just buy it directly from me, okay? Yesterday I went down to Kansas City, as I told you, with my drummer Tim Cox from RAF. He treated me to an early birthday present to see Brian Ferry. He had never seen Brian Ferry before. I'd seen Roxy Music years ago on the Manifesto tour. So I said, sure. Actually, while leading up to the show, there was a couple times I almost wanted to say, I'm not really that interested, I'm glad I went. The first thing is that as I was reading up on the tour, getting ready, I noticed that he had this artist named Judith Owen opening for him, and was impressed by her once I found out about her, and thought to myself, I probably won't get to see her. She opened, and I bought the vinyl, Judith Owen, Somebody's Child. Now I want to explain that Judith Owen's style musically is not what I'm looking for. If this was playing in a record store, and I had not seen her, I wouldn't buy it, okay? But her performance was electrifying, and that's what I say consistently about music. When you experience it live, face to face, it's a different experience. She's very soulful, and she's also very good. She's technically a very good musician, can play piano and sing very well, but with a lot of soul. And so she captivated me and the entire audience, and she wasn't shy. I like that. She really wanted the audience to be with her, and so she said, come on, and she got us with her. Another highlight of her set was the band. Her band was incredible. And the bass player was the legendary, living legend of bass, Leland Sklar, who I got to meet. Now, Leland I first heard of way back. He's a session bass player. He's played with everyone. Crosby, Stills and Nash, Jackson Browne, Phil Collins, everyone. Billy Cobham. The list is just really miles long. So he's a master bass player. So it was like taking a lesson watching him play because, he's been playing for so long that it's like this. And I'm watching his fingers, and it was just like, oh. So, of course, after their set, they said, well, we'll go out and sign and stuff. So I went out to meet them all, got my record signed, got a picture with Judith and Leland, but got to talk to Leland for a minute because that's what I told him. I says, man, you're a master bassist. I'm a bass player. And this means a lot to me to meet you. And he lit up right away. There's the pictures on my Facebook. I love doing that because we musicians love being truly appreciated. We do. And we love it when other musicians appreciate us. Her whole band was really good. I haven't even gotten to Brian Ferry. That's how good it was, okay? They were so strong. And the whole live band is on her latest album. I do recommend this. This is something that a lot of you people will really like, and you haven't heard her yet. She has what it takes to be huge. I mean, I think so. It's just really the whole thing about what makes a person a superstar or not is how the people behind them sell them and how much money is dumped into their image and their publicity. Even at her age, she's beautiful, but as you can see, she's, not a 20-year-old. But if someone wisely spent big money, Judith Owen could become major. I've seen it done many times in the past with people with a quarter of her talent, and they become huge stars. So I think I know that this is possible. Loved her. Brian Ferry started out like I thought he would. Let me see if I was playing some. I've got a bunch of Roxy music, so it's like I don't need to show all my Roxy music to show you that I know who Roxy music is. But I was playing, here it is. I was playing 20 great hits just to kind of get ready for the show. Early Roxy music is my favorite, although I love Bryan Ferry's single Slave to Love and The Main Thing, or whatever that is, The Right Thing, The Main Thing. He started out, the band was good from the top, and he had another great band, which I'll get to. But his voice was not weak, but he was being careful with his voice, okay? He was being careful with his voice, and so he wasn't singing real strong, okay? Now, this is what happened now. Again, I'm a musician and an astute observer of human behavior. The Kansas City audience was up for seeing Bryan Ferry. There was a lot of people there like me who had seen him back in the Roxy Music days, hadn't seen him in a long time. There was quite a few people there I know, and quite a few people from the vinyl community, actually. People who don't make videos and some that do, that I saw. So the audience was pumped, and about midway, not midway, it was before midway. It was when he got to Ladytron. When they started the intro of Ladytron, it was on. It wasn't just me. It was like everyone said, "Hell yes, this is fucking Bryan Ferry from Roxy Music." You know, when that shit came out, my enthusiasm is coming out in my cursing because I love Roxy Music, and I discovered them on my own as a teenager, seeing that first album cover in the record store and saying, "What is this? I need to know what this is." And I didn't like it at first, but it was so intriguing. I said, I've got to crack this. And I love them. So when they launched in the Ladytron, it was on. And after that, the audience response was hype. Much more on the level of an audience half our age. I watched as the band and Bryan Ferry caught it. It's like, oh, we got something going on here tonight. And it just built. It built. The energy built to the point that Bryan acknowledged it from the stage. Said, "Wow, we got a hell of an audience here tonight in Kansas City," you know. And then he acknowledged that it was the birthplace of some of the major jazz players like Charlie Parker. And he talked about how he had been there for a day, went to the museum the day before, and it went up higher. As a result of that, Bryan relaxed, sang harder, like the old days. You know, he pushed his voice earlier. And if you go and look at clips of performances of Bryan Ferry earlier this year, like New Orleans, turns out people I knew were at the New Orleans show, which is, there's clips on YouTube. Listen to it and listen to how he's babying his voice. And at times you're wondering, is he really even singing? Okay. Last night, after a certain point, well, actually there was a break. It was like a midpoint, because they played almost 2 hours. There was a midpoint where the musicians were featured, and that was a wonderful section too. The band was killer, and he had Chris Spedding on guitar. He had a young guy from Europe playing a lot of lead, but the Chris Spedding was the rhythm guitarist. And when Chris broke into a couple of solos, it was really obvious that we're seeing somebody special. It was an amazing band. But after the instrumental break, and they came back and launched into something like a Hurricane. Most of the rest of the night, the audience was on their feet, in the aisles, dancing. And Bryan Ferry was doing his old... I didn't see him in these other clips doing his shapes and his moves. He got down last night. You know, that, again, I keep saying it because as an artist, I feed on it. It's literally like energy. The audience's energy. It's what we love. It's a drug. And when it's there, it's the best. And I loved seeing the band pick up on it and give it back. And by the end of the night, it was phenomenal. So if you get a chance to see Bryan Ferry on this tour, go see him. And if you really want to see a good show, give him the love. Any show you see, actually, if you want some, if you want me to share something I think is pretty important that can make a difference at a show you're at. If you love an artist, or you really want them to come through. Give them your love. Let them know. Let them know you love them. Because we'll give it to you if we're any good. Excuse me. So, I haven't played this yet because I just got up. I got in. You get in late. I had to drive down to Kansas City. It's a 3-hour drive. And then on top of that, Tim took a friend from Lincoln, so we had to detour to Lincoln and then come to Omaha. So I got to bed after 4 this morning. Okay, so I'm still blurry. I haven't played this yet. Like I said, mostly I bought this to show support for her as a memento. I am going to play it when I get off here, but stylistically, this is not the kind of thing I like to play in the house for my atmosphere. Okay, she's really good, really good. I want to recommend her highly. Okay, as I told you guys, I'd gotten some records from FPE Records, and I'm going to review them. I'm still going to wait to review them because the video is already 15 minutes long, and I want to give that a good focus. So hopefully I can get to that tomorrow. I just want to let you folks know, if you're interested in having, collecting me or just having my music, this is damn good. And this is really a good way to listen to the music. It's on this CD. I just put the notice up this morning. Orders are already coming in. On my last video, a comment was left. I don't know if it was a poke or if it was an honest enthusiasm, but someone wrote, "Derek Higgins t-shirts, get yours today," like a sales pitch. I don't know if it was real or if it's a dig, but I got t-shirts, and I don't care if it's a dig, because the only person that knows it's a dig is the person who said it. I'm not in their mind, so I don't know what they're thinking. And if it was positive, that's wonderful. If it was negative, I cannot fathom why they felt the need to do that. I'll continue to say until more people understand this. The only person that really knows what's going on in our world is us. Most people assume that everyone else is thinking like them. It's just not true at all. If you would stop and think about it, you would know it and you would realize this, and it might change some of your behavior and thinking in a good way, okay? Because we make too many assumptions, all right? Too many assumptions about everyone being like you. Our world is our world. It's not the world out there. We think it's the world out there. It's our perception of it. It's our receptors putting together the world through our own filter, how we were raised, the values we were taught, the things we experienced. This is what forms our view of the world. It is not the world in reality. Although most people will argue and say, yes, it is. No, it's not. And you couldn't prove it if you wanted to, and I can't either. But I can make more of a point of what I'm saying, which is reality is in the eye of the beholder, and perception is actually in here. Anyway, Brian Ferry was the bomb. Murphy is now on CD. Get it. I got t-shirts. Yeah, I got stuff for you. I make good music. I do. I am. I'm feeling good about this shit. Ain't no reason for me not to. All right. Be well.